everyone, I'm Alex and I'm the hands behind Lovecraft Crochet. My plushies are for the anxious, depressed, autistic, and neurodivergent. Small enough to travel in a purse, backpack, diaper bag, or even your pocket. You can check out my Facebook page or TikTok to see what patterns are available and stay tuned for the new ones coming out. I also make hats, scarves, blankets, and dice bags for the tabletop gamer or dice goblin in your life. Feel free to order through the page, TikTok DMs, or via email at love.craft.crochet@gmail.com. Now, on to the segment.
Due to the graphic and disturbing nature of the crimes discussed, listener discretion is advised. Retrostatic Radio presents Killing 15 Minutes.
Hello and welcome to Killing 15 Minutes, where you get your true crime fix in 15 minutes or less, or your podcast is free. I'm your writer, Sam Rossi, and shortly I'll be handing over a rough draft of a script to my brother, AJ, who hasn't read it, who's most likely has no idea what we're talking about. This should be fun. Good luck, bro.
Thanks, Sam. This one's legible. Delfina, Carmen, Luisa, and Maria Gonzalez, known as Las Poquianchis, were four sisters from Guanajuato, a north-central state in Mexico. I'm sorry for mispronouncing everything. I'm very white. From 1950 to 1964, the sisters ran Rancho El Angel, the focal point of their large-scale prostitution ring. This was the site of over 91 murders also. See, why can't it just be whores? Why can't it just be a prostitution? You always bring me murder. I would like a feel-good story about prostitutes.
I don't think there's a true crime feel-good story about prostitutes.
It's almost like this is about murder or something.
If you want, we can always do one on the chicken ranch.
See, that's a nice feel-good story, and it's true crime. It was a nice little whorehouse you ever did see.
Yeah, that's true.
It is believed the sisters killed over 200 people. Guinness World Record calls them the most prolific murder partnerships. Or the most prolific murder partnership. I don't know. I think three or more and you have a gang. See,
I agree. I kind of see
I think when you start branching off into
multiple people,
like two, that's a partnership. Three, you could probably get a partnership out of that. But more than that, you've got a, you know what I mean?
You've got a gang.
You've got a group. It's not a partnership. The sisters were born in El Salto de Guanajuato, Jalisco, Mexico. Their father a policeman and was strict. Punishments included locking them in cells. Okay. During an argument, their father shot and killed a man. The family then moved to San Francisco del Rincon. As a way to escape their father and poverty, the sisters opened a bar. The bar was not successful. The sisters then turned to prostitution, using the bar as a front. That is usually slightly more successful. This brought in more money and expanded throughout Jalisco, Guadalajara, and Querétaro. The police arrested Josefina Gutierrez, a prostitute, on suspicion of kidnapping young girls in the area of Guanajuato. During questioning, Gutierrez implicated the Gonzalez sisters. Okay, that's a connecting of a statement. You see, I get it. Police officers raided the sisters' property near the city of San Francisco del Rincon and discovered the bodies of 80 women, 11 men, and several fetuses. Investigations would have revealed that the sisters' criminal operations recruited prostitutes through help wanted ads for housemaids. It's believed that many of the girls were force-fed heroin or cocaine. Typically, that is sadly a
human trafficking trait.
Human trafficking, sex work.
Yep.
It's why regulation needs to be in place to make it legal. Because then, you don't see McDonald's getting people hooked on coke so that people will fucking work for them. They get hooked on coke so then they work at McDonald's. It's a totally different system.
Yep.
The sisters would murder the girls when they became too ill, damaged by repeated sexual activity, lost their looks, or stopped pleasing customers. The sisters would kill customers who rolled up with any large stacks of money. When asked for an explanation, one of them said, "The food didn't sit well with them." Tried in 1964, Delfina died due to an accident where a construction worker heard her and tried to catch a glimpse at the serial murderer before accidentally dumping cement onto her head.
I had to put it in there. I could not.
No, that's a story that needs to be in there.
Yeah.
Maria finished her 40-year sentence and disappeared. The two other sisters, Carmen, died of cancer while in prison. Luisa went mad because she feared that she would be killed by angry protesters. And that's the end of that story. It's actually fun. I like hearing about women killers. What does that say about me?
Well, because we don't really get a lot of female killers beyond that.
We never get interesting female killers.
No, not
offense.
really.
No offense. I understand the justification of rat poison the husband. Rat poison the husband's lover. I'm sorry.
I try to find females that are at least killed that aren't killing their infants or other kids.
Yeah, no, and
it's hard to do so. I didn't realize how much women killed kids.
See, what's interesting to me is this was in the 50s and 60s.
Yep.
Before heavy cartel movement was around. Like, criminal drug trafficking was there and everything like that, but this actually comes off more like a precursor to Los Flacas and other things we've seen, that have sprouted up.
Yeah.
The European version would be like 40 Elephants or something like that. Female gangs.
Right.
Or female offshoots of cartels.
Okay.
So it's actually quite interesting to see that, it also reminds me, I know I can't just let Mexicans be Mexican. I have to tie it somehow to the U.S. But you saw it in a lot of the Vice. Little history note here. When trying to curtail public indecency and stuff like that, larger cities actually had vice districts.
Right.
It's actually where vice squads would come from, was that they were, it was pretty much the red light districts in, that would be the better way to phrase it, would be they were the red light districts.
Right.
So you actually saw a increase in women who owned brothels or who, were in that sort of trade. So to me, it's just always interesting seeing that. Wow, that was almost the most misogynist thing I almost said. That yes, even women can be criminals. But I know, shocking. But it's always interesting to look at. And I know we didn't get a lot of information on that. And we can deep dive into that if you guys want over at Overkilling 15 minutes. But you have to go over to our Patreon, donate, and then we'll do the one you want.
This is true.
Because for me, it's actually, it is one of those interesting things. Granted, it's probably because I watched Narcos and then and then deep dived into, I fell down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Like, I listen to Kingpins, from the Podcast Network. Yeah. And they do a lot of what they do is U.S. based. Okay. I mean, they have overseas people, and they did a lot on the Marine Cartel and the cartel wars and all that. Right. But there's still not a massive focus on that. So I'm just saying it's all interesting. This is definitely more criminal. This is, serial killer versus serial killer. Yeah. But it's just neat true crime stuff. I don't know. This is going to be a quickie.
I like them.
You like them?
I like them quick.
That gets you killed at some prostitutes.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so I guess that's going to be it for today. That was a quickie. However, if you'd like it a lot longer, check out Overkilling 15 minutes. I already just said that, but we already have, Peter Sutcliffe? Peter
Sutcliffe and Andre Chikatilo's currently airing.
Possibly might be done by the time. It's a 7-parter on that. And if you want to see me butcher Russian names, boy howdy. And if you'd like to hear us talk about more about, maybe less serial killer or go into something like, the cartels, that'd be cool. I find it always interesting. I'm a history person.
I agree. I'm a very historic person myself.
No, you're not, you stoner. But
No, mine are very specific, like Middle Ages and...
Yes, you want us to do regally 15 minutes or royally 15. You want us to talk about... I don't care as much as you and Mom like talking about it. I'm not... I don't even think I'm in the top 100 who gets to take the throne, so I don't care. Although the Tudor Wars is actually quite interesting, and I really enjoy the fact that, like, Edward I was openly gay in the Middle Ages as king. But he was also king, so he could kind of get away with it a little bit more. But as peasants, as long as you weren't really devout to the Catholic Church, you could get away with a lot. But that's not the point.
All right.
Also, follow us on Facebook. Cool. I'm AJ Carey.
I'm Sam Rossi. Later, y'all.
Killing 15 Minutes is hosted by Arthur Carey, with scripts written and researched by Sam Rossi. If you like this episode or want to stay updated on this series, consider following Killing 15 Minutes on Patreon or Retrostatic Radio on all major social media platforms. Good night and God bless.
You're watching Retrostatic Radio.
Wheel of Random is turn, turn, turn. Tell us the 15 minutes we shall learn.
I'm Sam Rossi, writer and co-host of Randomly 15 Minutes, where the Wheel of Randomness gives me the topic and I write about it.
I'm Megan Klodnicki, and I'm the host of Randomly 15 Minutes. I cold read what Sam writes and learn in real time about a random topic.
You can find us on all major podcast platforms and YouTube.
Follow us on Facebook at Randomly 15 Minutes to get more random facts.